Happy Thursday, everybody, and welcome to Houston Life. I'm Derek Shore, and as you can see, KPRC reporter Rose-Ann Aragon is in the house. Rose-Ann.
You know, whatever you want to call me, I'm still happy to be here.
And you came in a little bit early today because normally we see you on the evening news.
Yes, that's right.
You don't yet have today's assignment.
I don't. I'm going to figure it out a little later, but I'm happy to be here, and I'm focused and ready for this.
I hope it's someplace with air conditioning because you are out all over the place. And what you guys may not know about Rose-Ann is that she is what we call a one-woman band. Can you sort of explain what that means? Because I think it will blow people's minds the way you operate behind the scenes.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I mean, basically, we do everything. So when you see some of my segments, a lot of them, I'm the one who's behind the camera shooting. I'm running around trying to do the interviews, and I'm also writing and editing and all of that jazz, which actually I really love, and I totally geek out to it.
You know what? And that is incredible, a true journalist, because when you leave the station, you've got the tripod, you've got the camera.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
you're the real deal.
It is my workout every day, carrying this tripod on the right hand, and then my camera, I mean, left and then right. And it kind of like evens me out. But I mean, you know, it's something that I always trained to do. It's what I grew up with, I guess, in my journalism education. You know, it's something that they said, hey, when you get out there, you're going to have to be doing it. So I said, well, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to try to be the best, and I'm going to try my best every single day.
Trial by fire. Now,
oh my gosh.
This in Peoria? Where is this?
Well, this was in at my very first job. I started in Peoria, Illinois, but what you're looking at is Washington, Illinois, which is an even smaller town, which is near there, and that was right after an EF4 tornado.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and that's really where I got to learn a lot of my journalism skills and put them to the test, because it was all about finding stories of people and showing how strong that community was and recovering. All of the people there, I mean, there was a little bit different. I could text the mayor there, I could text the city manager, and, you know, they would just give me story ideas every day. Text me, hey, Rose-Ann, this is going on, and we'd be able to cover it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's a little bit different than Houston,
huh? A little bit different. Houston is, you know, a lot bigger. But what I liked most about that market was that journalism, that's where I really got my feet wet, and I realized that it's important to be human in your reporting. It's important to care about, you know, the stories and the people, because those people who were recovering, I mean, they were recovering even until today. You know?
I'm sure. I'm sure. And behind every big news story, I mean, we often forget, behind every story, humans are behind every story. When tragedy hits, when it's a weather event, it affects the economy, it affects education, healthcare, all aspects of our communities. Okay, let's talk a little bit about your one-man banding skills as well. Because do you do like live shots? Like when you were in Peoria, Illinois, would you take the camera out and then get in front of the camera and go live as well?
Well, there was what was called a Zixi stick where you could do that in one of the markets, but specifically in Peoria, we had one live truck, and it didn't always work. So mostly we weren't live. It would be live in studio, and that's about it. So no, I wasn't, you know, doing the selfie stick live shot. I was not doing that. But
aren't you amazed? I mean, some reporters do that. They set up the camera and they go live. It's an incredible skill. I understand you also started some sort of like sports team?
Oh, okay. Yes. So I'm a football player. I was a football player. Yes. I'm really into sports.
I didn't know.
And I actually tore my ACL because I was so serious about it. So, oh gosh, it's so dramatic with the mud and everything.
Oh,
but I was in an all-girls Filipina football league, and it was a collegiate thing. Every single morning for a couple months, we would train plays, we would do routes, and I was a starting fullback. But I was strong, and I was fast, and I was their secret weapon, because everyone would totally underestimate me. But, you know, I'm focused. You dart out, you pick up that outside linebacker, you take him down, and then your running back can just sneak behind you, hit the outside, make some yardage.
Look at that. 5'2" and can navigate her way on the field as well. And it must have been intense if you tore your ACL.
Yeah, that was my last year. So our team was a team that kind of has a history of doing really well, which is why there was the history of every morning, if they're not at practice, you drive over there and you drag them out of bed. Yeah.
I think we should start a league here at Channel 2.
Well,
what do you say?
Let's start. All right, run your routes.
So
Hail Mary,
you're
cheer.
from Chicago. I love that you share that in common with Courtney. I feel like folks from Chicago, you know, you got to be tough, right?
Oh my goodness.
And you
yes.
come from a Filipino family. You are Filipina yourself.
Yes,
so family is a big deal to you.
Family, you know, my Filipino-American identity has always been a huge part of who I am. And I think it's because it gave me my work ethic. So my grandfather, he is going to be 99. Yeah. He was a farmer in the Philippines, and he was a very big figure in my life that taught me you have to work hard for every. There he is.
That's your grandfather
yeah,
right there?
and he's going to be 99.
How recent is that photo?
That one's a couple of years old, but I mean, he still can do a lot. I mean, he is an incredible man, and he taught me that you have to work hard with everything. So that work ethic of nothing comes easy really came from him and my father, and also my mother. There they are.
That is so sweet. And I love how involved you are with not just your family, but also the community. I understand that you were involved with workshops that will help other college and high school students with their careers, like professionalism and all that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, that's my mother. We have reading parties together.
Wait,
She's like my
reading
best friend.
parties?
Oh, yeah. My mother was all about you need to read, you need to make sure you're a well-read person, you're a good person, that everyone deserves respect and kindness unless they prove you otherwise. That's a little bit about my mom. She's the perfect woman.
You know what? That's good.
I know,
Give them the benefit of the doubt. And unlike a book club, you're not reading, it didn't look like you were reading the same book.
No.
So you get there to get together and read separate books, but together.
Oh, yes. My mother she's a voracious reader, and that's kind of how I started to like journalism and to like, you know, writing and things like that because of her. But I also like what we were talking about, the Filipino-American community.
Yeah.
I mean, that has been a huge part of my life. Everywhere I go, I have a home because of the Filipino-American community, because we find each other. And so I started a chapter of a nonprofit that's like a Filipino-American leadership group. And when I came here, they said, hey, Ro, do you know anyone there? I'm like, no. And then they're like, well, they're going to start launching a chapter. Do you want to help them? And so now I'm the programming director, and we did all kinds of cool programming. We did an arts show where we highlighted, you know, local artists in the Filipino-American community, and it's just been incredible.
That is absolutely incredible. It's funny because people who don't live in Houston, I think maybe for them it's hard to comprehend. I know this, by the way, because I am a transplant to Houston. I've been here 3 years now. But there are these ideas of living in Houston that everyone like rides a horse to work and owns cowboy boots and everyone's white and just speaks English only. And Houston it's so different. It is so different than that. I don't know where these stereotypes come from, but it's so incredible the strength of the community here, especially the Asian American community here.
Yeah, and you know, we just had, you know, that month of celebration, and I just think that's what makes Houston home, is the fact that it's so diverse and people from all walks of life just live and thrive here.
Live and thrive. I love the word thrive, too, because it's not just about coasting along. You can find your people, you can find your community, and you can thrive, but while at the same time finding your community, you can learn so much about other people. We always talk here at Houston Life that differences make us stronger, and that is the fabric. Diversity is the fabric of a really strong community, so proud Houstonians.
I could not agree more.
How long have you been here now?
Just over 2 years.
Just over 2 years?
Just over 2 years, but it feels so much like home.
It felt like home to me on day one.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
It's not easy. It's not hard to not like this, though. I love it here.
So we play something called Rapid Fire here at Houston Life.
Oh, my goodness.
This is where you just have to say the first thing that comes to mind.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, let's try it.
These are really easy questions. They're all about you. No wrong answer. Your biggest pet peeve?
When people lie.
How do you like your coffee?
Black.
Okay, you drink coffee then.
Oh, I totally do.
Okay, your favorite color?
Purple.
On a scale of 1
I don't know if that was true. Was I just lying?
First impression, say
That's
everything.
Right.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how cool are you?
2. I mean,
That's an unfair question for us to ask. I mean, our staff, we all think you're a 10.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Your favorite movie?
Oh, Godfather.
Oh, okay. Nickname?
Ro.
What time?
Oh, good. I'm glad I got that one. That's good.
What time did you go to bed last night?
Oh, 2. I don't need sleep.
Okay. So you got to teach me your secret. Something you can't live without.
Books.
Favorite pizza topping?
Pepperoni.
What color's your toothbrush?
Oh, gray?
Your most embarrassing moment on the air?
Saying my name twice. This is Rose-Ann Aragon. This is Rose-Ann Aragon. KPRC Channel 2 News.
Oh, man.
I know, that was a rough day.
You know what? That's not too bad. That's not too bad. If I had to write all the embarrassing moments I've had, I could write, like, the phone book.
Got it. Well, thankfully, there's not too many of your embarrassing moments. I don't ever see any. I think you're incredible.
Listen, that is very, very sweet. But live TV, you know, it's funny because something happens and you just have to move on.